Hey friend, welcome back to Equipped, Bible Study Made Simple. My name is Wendy, and this podcast exists to help you study the Bible, stay consistent, and understand what you're reading. Today, we're talking about something that I think a lot of people feel, but don't always say out loud. And that's this. Bible study can feel complicated. Oh my gosh, she said it out loud. Yes, I did. And if you've ever felt that way, I want you to know you are not alone. A lot of the time, the reason Bible study can feel so overwhelming and complicated is because it's how it's been presented to you. And if it's been presented that way on my channel, on my YouTube channel, I deeply, deeply apologize. But you might feel like you need the right study, the right tools, the right plan, the right amount of time. And if you don't have all of that, it feels like you really can't start. But here's the truth. You don't need more. You need simpler. Because when something is simple, it's repeatable. And when something is repeatable, that's how consistency is built. So instead of trying to do everything, what if you focused on just a few simple steps? Read one chapter. Notice what it teaches you about God, what it teaches you about humanity, how you should respond based on that information. Respond in some small way. Pray about it. Write in your journal. That's it. That's really all you have to do. That is a complete Bible study. Not complicated, not overwhelming, just simple. And when you approach it this way, it becomes something you can actually return to again and again. And it doesn't matter if you're starting in John, Mark, James. Don't start in Revelation. I don't recommend that. If you start in Genesis, again, I don't recommend that either. See my previous episode about where to start. But the point is that you can ask the same three questions regardless of where you are in the Bible, what you're reading, and if you choose to use any additional resources, that's completely up to you. Back in episode 1, I recommended a few resources, but I recommended that you just pick one. For example, the Holman Illustrated Bible Dictionary, or the 2-volume Bible Knowledge Commentary set, or the Logos Bible software, or Bible Hub, which is free online. You don't need all 4. You just need one. In fact, if you have a study Bible that you're using right now, you probably don't need any of those resources right this second. So save your money for a big Amazon sale. What I'm trying to tell you is that, kind of like I said earlier, the simpler it is, the easier it is to do. And the easier it is to do, the more likely it will become a habit. And then one day you're going to wake up and you're going to just go straight to your Bible study and remember back when it was a struggle for you and wonder how it ever was a struggle, because now it's so easy. You've got it dialed in. And that doesn't mean every day will be perfect. And it doesn't mean that you need to spend 3 hours a day studying the Bible like I tried to do in January. But what it does mean is that you are spending time with God. And that is how you get to know Him, His goodness, and His perfect will. Because if you've ever looked at your life and wondered, what is it that I'm supposed to do? What is my purpose? Why am I here? It's probably because you haven't been spending enough time in the Word. Meaning, you probably haven't been spending enough time with God. And you also might be guilty of taking the Bible and wondering, what's in it for me? Or using it as a self-help book. But the thing is that the Bible teaches us about God, and we are to conform to God's will. We're not to take the Bible and make it conform to us. And I know there are some passages and chapters and instances in the Bible that are hard to deal with and difficult to digest, but they all serve a purpose to teach us about God and therefore teach us about ourselves. And then how we are to respond based on that information. What are we to do in our lives now that we know this thing about God, or that we heard Jesus say, or we saw Jesus said this thing? So these are the things that I talk about in my 10-minute Bible study method. It walks you through this process in a simple, structured way, so you don't have to figure it out on your own. You can check it out at BibleStudyMasterclass.com. That's BibleStudyMasterclass.com. But even without that, I've told you the 3 questions in multiple episodes. You don't have to buy it, but it does come with a reading plan for the book of Mark, for the Gospel of Mark. And it comes with a daily Bible study sheet that you can print off as many as you need. And it is a full audio experience, so no videos tying you to your computer, which I know can be a hassle with a lot of video courses. So go to BibleStudyMasterclass.com if that's interesting to you. But I want to thank you for hanging with me in this episode and all the previous episodes so far. And if you're enjoying this show, make sure you share it with someone who could use the benefit of the doubt in studying the Bible and getting started. Or just if you just found it interesting, and just share it. And if you're in Apple, you can rate it and review it. And I would appreciate that. That helps people find the show. And I will leave the link to my YouTube channel in the show notes and all the resources that I mentioned, so that you can get the tool that best fits you. All right. With that, that's all for this episode. Bye for now.